All right, let's go ahead and continue our notes. We're on the second page, 399, and we're going to look at the try these A through B. Let's go ahead and try A. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the margin. So 3x squared plus 5x plus 2. We're going to go ahead and start approaching this. All right, so we got to organize our thoughts, figure out what multiplies to 6, adds to 5. Remember, 6 is 3 times 2, so what multiplies to A times C, adds to B. Okay, this is a little bit easier to work with. We're going to have 3 and 2. And again, it doesn't matter where you put the 3 or the 2. Like I said, you could have the 2 first, you could have the 3 first, doesn't matter. But they're taking the spot of that middle term, that 5x. So we put the first and the last terms down as the same, and we're going to put plus 3x and then plus 2x. All right, don't forget the x's on there. Now let's go ahead and group these bad boys. All right, so let's figure out when we pair them off. Okay, what's the greatest common factor of the first two? Well, that's 3x, and then we got to figure out what's left after we divide it out. Well, I'm left with an x plus 1. Last two terms, I got to divide out a positive 2, and don't forget the plus sign in front because it's a positive 2, and then I got to see what's left, x plus 1. Again, both of these should be the exact same. We only write down one of them, and then we go ahead and we put the greatest common factors in another binomial together. So voila, we have our answer. Let's go ahead and write it on down up here. So we have 3x plus 2 times x plus 1. Again, if you're unsure if that's your correct answer, you could go ahead and use the distributive property and multiply all the terms back in together, and you'll get the same result that we started off with at the beginning, that original trinomial. Great. Okay, let's go ahead and let's try B now. I'll actually give you a little bit of an opportunity right now, so why don't you go ahead and pause the video right here, and then we'll come back and talk about this. All right, let's try this problem. Working with a little bit of bigger numbers. Okay, so what multiplies to negative 36 but adds to 5? Okay, that's actually going to be 9 and negative 4 because it's a positive 5. The 9 is a negative, otherwise it'd be a negative 5. So let's go ahead and we are going to take that 5x and we're going to change it to 9x minus 4x. So we got 2x squared plus 9x minus 4x minus 18. Now, if you switch these, try doing the greatest common factor. Try still doing it. It's going to look a little bit different than what I'm going to get for each of mine. The work's going to look a tiny bit different, but you know what? We'll end up with the same answer in the end. I'm going to keep approaching it this way. So I pair them off, pull out the greatest common factors. Now, sometimes I like to do it piece by piece. Sometimes I like to pull out the greatest common factors initially, but so I can kind of pair them up, but it doesn't matter. So here is left of 2x plus 9. Got it. And then next we have, well, this is a fun one. These are both negative. That's an important piece. We are going to have our first opportunity to actually divide out a negative because we know what has to be left. They both have to be positive. So whatever we're dividing out has to be a negative number. Well, what's the largest negative number I can divide out of those is 2. So I have a negative 2 I'm dividing out. And then what am I left with? I'm left with 2x. And then negative 18 divided by negative 2, that's going to be a positive 9. Hey, lo and behold, these are the same, right? You want them to be the same. So you got to write down one of them, 2x plus 9, and then the other one is going to be x minus 2. There we go. Let's go ahead and write down our answer up here. So we have x minus 2 times 2x plus 9. Like I said, if you put the 2x plus 9 first before the x minus 2, that's okay. Doesn't matter. All right, let's go ahead and try part C up here now. So part C, we have 2x squared plus 6x minus 7. All right, I'm going to give you a little bit of a head start. You don't need to pause the video, but I'll give you a head start, and let's see if you can do the problem a little bit faster than me. I won't explain, but I'll give you the head start. All right, go ahead and try the problem. How you doing so far? Did you at least get the setup of what multiplies negative 14 adds to 6? Did any of you get stuck there? I did. There's nothing that multiplies negative 14 that'll add to 6, right? Because there's only 1 and 14 and 2 and 7. And even if I had one of those numbers be negative, we can't get a positive 6. So this actually cannot be factored. A lot of times I like to put CBF. You can do that as well. Cannot be factored. It's prime. So that's our ending result right there. Awesome. All right, since it wasn't completely fair to race you against the last problem since it couldn't be factored, let's try our next problem. Let's try factoring it. We're going to do example C. Don't look at the answer. I still want you to kind of try it on your own, but let's try doing 4x squared minus 4x minus 15. Again, I'll give you the head start. You go ahead, try the problem. I will not speak a word. I will work through it after I give you a little bit of a head start. Did you get the same answer I did? 2x plus 3 times 2x minus 5. I hope you did. Same answer that they got. All right, I'm going to have you go ahead and pause the video right here. I'm going to give you an opportunity to try 3 more problems on your own. I'm just going to give you the resulting answer in the end, but go ahead, pause the video here, do the try these C section, and then when you're ready to check your answer on each of them, go ahead and unpause it and I'll show you the result. All right, did you get the following results? Part A should be 6x plus 1 times x minus 2. Part B is cannot be factored, it's prime. Part C is going to be 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 7.